Hi folks, Ricky Tang here. You might just be able to see me, just one camera today. Hello. And as you may be able to tell, my windscreen has grown. Yes, I've decided to go large and buy the Givi Airflow adjustable barn door massive behemoth chonky unit of a windscreen. Because basically I've had enough of trying to make small screens at like big screens, only to find that those small screens are ineffective at doing their job. My expectations are unrealistic with these small screens. The idea is the screen is supposed to keep wind noise and turbulence to a minimum, at least in my eyes. And the screen that came with the KTM and the flip up I subsequently added did not do a good enough job. So rather than try a slightly bigger screen and then probably add a flip up to that, I just decided, look, let's just go big. Even if it's not pretty, and it's not pretty. But if I can get it to the point where it makes riding comfortable, if it can get the wind off me, then it'll be worth it. Worth the aesthetic and financial cost. And it did cost a lot. £175 this screen cost me. As you can see also, if I can do it with my gloves on. Oh, that's the struggle. Screen is... Oh God! that was not... Imagine doing that at 40 miles an hour. It's adjustable. So yeah, I've got it on the lowest setting for now. Let's lock it in, see what it's like. And then we'll pull over every so often, adjust it. Unless this first position does the job. To test that out, I'm going to be getting on dual carriageways and motorways, get up to cruising speed, which is where I've found the biggest problems with the previous screen setup, and we'll see what it does. Right, this is the moment I've been waiting for. Let's go up to 60-ish. Yeah, it's noisy and quite a bit of turbulence around the crash helmet. But still, my upper body and my shoulders aren't really getting any wind. It's just the crash helmet area. So hopefully, when we pull over in a bit and I raise the screen, that might be solved. Okay, well, at its lowest setting, it wasn't great for my crash helmet. And I don't want to go for the highest setting yet, just in case that's a disappointment. So I'm going to go about just under halfway. Okay, let's get up to speed. Fingers crossed. It's worse. It is actually worse. The turbulence is a lot stronger around the crash helmet now. That is the opposite of what I was hoping for. It's much noisier as well. Oh, come on, man. Seriously. Seriously, a screen this big, there must be a solution. Honestly. Oh, this is rubbish. Much better lower down. Much better. Right, well, I'm going to go all the way up then. I might as well. I cannot believe that this screen is worse in this mid position. Oh. Well, actually here, it's not too bad. It's still not as good as I want it to be. There's still turbulence hitting the crash helmet at the top of my helmet, but it's not too annoying. But I just can't believe with a screen this big, my head is still being bobbled about. I'm only 5'7", for crying out loud. So I might drop the screen all the way down again and see what it's like on the motorway at this higher speed. God, this doesn't feel that much different to when the screen was at its lowest position, to be honest. I can't tell you how bummed out I am though. It's really disappointing that a screen of this size is not removing me from the wind. Oh well. Okay, so what it is, yeah, I think what it is the turbulence has moved from the top of my crash helmet to the front of my crash helmet. But it's moving the turbulence from the bottom of my crash helmet to the top of it, basically, with the lowest setting to the highest setting on the screen. One interesting thing that's also happening is my visor is misting up a lot. I suppose that does indicate that this wind protection is effective. Okay, so I know it's not behaving as well as I want, but I've got my visor cranked fully open at 70. Probably not the smartest thing you could do. My eyesight's fine. It's just that the helmet is not in a smooth flow of air. My helmet is being buffeted. My vision is being slightly knocked about a bit, and I just cannot believe I have to put up with that with a screen of this size. Can you believe a screen that big is not having the desired effect? I just don't understand. And then look what this does for the looks of the bike at its lowest setting. It ain't pretty, but that seemed to be the best place for the screen. So I think the only solution is to get another screen that isn't so far away, that's somehow designed that the screen is actually kind of here rather than 6 inches further away. It needs to be closer to me to deflect the wind over me and around me. So it would be an absolutely fair point for you to say, look, Ricky Tang, if you want the wind protection of a touring bike, then you should have bought a touring bike, you idiot. But a touring bike won't weigh 179 kilograms wet and go off-road. Not like this one can. I know that's a bit of a can of worms I'm opening up there, because you could tour on anything and you can go off-road on most things. But what's another lightweight bike? What's a bike like this with its capabilities that also shields you from the wind better than this bike? So no, this is not a touring bike. I get that. But I think it's marketed as basically an adventure travel bike. May just be that UK travelling was not in its design brief. So there's probably no solution that solves this for my bike. But I'm open to suggestions, he says, with a heavy sigh. If you're my size, about 5'7", 170 centimetres, you found a screen for your 390 Adventure which removes turbulence and wind noise, let me know. So, my rating for this screen, 5 out of 10. Did not live up to expectations. To be continued.